know how we do.
You're listening to Free Zone Matthias, aka Mr. 16 Bars, the real hip hop.
We try to tell people that Philly is a special breed. They hate to see us on top, they hate to see us on. They hate to see us come up, they hate we on. They hate the moves that we make because it's made to break them. We give them knowledge on tracks and hope our words can save them. I guess it's hard to give props when you know you lesser. So we right on your heels, I hope you feel the pressure. Rappers taking a roll, my shoes will never fit them. Before you come at a king, I let my soldiers get them. I'm from Philly with hot quarters, they turn chilly. Tight shirts with tight jeans, they never feel me. Young boys confused, they think I'm too preachy.
Welcome to this episode of Filling the Rise. As you know, your host, Michael W. Pleasant, is right here sitting in front of you. I'm actually joined by a very important lady. She's doing some important things, powerful things throughout the city of Philadelphia, so we wanted to bring her on the program. Mrs. I gotta get that right. Mrs. Tanya Powell-Amer, welcome to Filling on the Rise.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So glad to have you here. I know you mentioned that you're 2 months into your marriage. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. So, Beauty for Ashes, an amazing organization that you are the founder, president of, doing some things out in West Philly, but also citywide.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about Beauty for Ashes.
Well, Beauty for Ashes now in May will be 16 years that the Lord blessed me with this ministry. It started in West Philly, and actually it started in a Fairmount, you call Mantua Hall projects.
Okay.
Actually started there. Lord laid in my heart that a lot of these kids just need someone to look up to, a positive role model, if you will. So the Lord allowed me to take modeling, etiquette, and the love of art and put it together in a nonprofit so to help build the self-esteem of our inner city kids.
And then there are an age bracket you mentioned, so there's tons of youths that are being touched. What's that age bracket?
Age 5 to 18,
okay.
School age youth, kindergarten to 12th grade.
Gotcha.
And a lot of our kids have graduated out and now in college.
Sure. So about how many kids go through the program on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis?
Well, God gave me an average amount of 20 students because, praise God, I run the program myself. But I have a lot of community support, parent support. And right now, my husband just came on, and he's a big role model, especially for our young men.
That's awesome. You know, obviously in Philadelphia, we're struggling with the flash mob thing that's happening, whether it's the summer, whether it's the winter. A lot of these kids are unfortunately acting out. What do you think the reason is for the flash mob and kids acting as they do?
Well, because to be honest with you, I believe the village is not doing enough to come together and raise these children. So our children they're angry, they're frustrated, they're lost. A lot of things are coming at them at once, but we don't have enough parent or adult role models stepping in and taking these kids under their wings and showing them a right and positive way to deal with their negative feelings. So they're just coming together doing what they know best, which is to be angry and just to lash out. So they're coming together in flash mobs and just going at it.
Now, it sounds as though you are blaming the parents?
No,
are you putting the complete blame on
No,
the
I'm
parents?
not putting the complete blame on them, but I feel like we should be doing more. We can be doing more.
Can you give us some examples? What are some examples of how we as a village or we as parents could be doing more to kind of, help steer these kids in the right direction?
Well, one of the things I see is that we have a lot of people that have the attitude of, oh, they just some bad behind kids. Oh, here they come down the street, a group of them. It could be 5 young men walk down the street, minding their own business, maybe clowning around a little bit. They say, oh, here they go, acting out. Oh, here goes some more bad behind kids, and we move to the other side of the street. But if we have more fathers, more uncles, more cousins, taking these young men and saying, hey, let's go play some ball. Sitting down and having a real conversation with them about how to be positive young men while they're growing up. And, some of our women, instead of being afraid of them and running to the other side of the street, having a different mindset that these are just kids. They're just teenagers just doing their thing and just reaching out to them and being like that auntie or their grandma and just taking them under their wing. Once upon a time, grandma made cookies for the kids. Or, you know, for the teenagers, they all come home from chilling and they were sitting around on the couch and, you know, grandma made cookies or some Kool-Aid. Just taking time with these young people. That's why I say that they might have a different outlook.
It's interesting you said once upon a time, and you're correct, back in the 50s, 60s, you know, growing up in the neighborhood, you had Susie on the corner, Jimmy on the corner watching out for you, but that is yesteryear. We're now in 2017. Do you think we need to just turn the clock back? Is it even possible?
You know, it is possible. It's just, where's your heart? How bad do you want to see change? Sometimes change it brings about a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice being one of the chosen ones to do Beauty for Ashes. My house is always filled with teenagers. For Thanksgiving, I had 10 of them up in my place here, you know, eating Thanksgiving dinner because they wanted to have Thanksgiving twice. And my daughter, she said, my friends want to come over. She goes to Girard College. My friends want to come over. They want to hang out. They want to do Thanksgiving twice. I said, oh, Jesus. So they all came over, but it was a sacrifice. And my husband made that sacrifice, too, to say, you know what? Angel, it could have been me and you, but you know what? Yeah, go on, let them come over. And we had a great time. A lot of people thought I was insane.
A little bit insane.
A little bit. But that's that yesteryear coming back to today, and the kids love it. They want somebody to listen to them. They want somebody to take time to sit there with them and somebody to vent to. Do you know a lot of our kids are literally grieving? They're going through grief right now for all of the things that's going on. They're going through anger. That's a lot of the reason we have some bullying, because they don't believe they don't believe adults want to listen. Mm-hmm. They don't believe adults want to hear them. So they either shut up or they act out.
Okay. You mentioned bullying, and obviously that's a big initiative. Even the president's wife, Melania Trump, she kind of wanted to make that one of her initiatives. For kids who are being bullied, what positive message can you say to them to help them through that period of being bullied?
That there are positive ways to deal with negative feelings. And then for those that are being bullied, you can fight it by building your own self-esteem. Talk to someone. Someone is willing to listen. You don't have to take that thing and hide it in a closet. Open up and share it with someone, with an adult that you could trust. And they will hear you and they will help you get through it.
Your organization has tons of workshops, tons of activities. We know you're based in West Philly, but your reach is throughout the city of Philadelphia. What are some activities or workshops you have coming up in the future?
Oh, well, on December 23rd, we have our community Christmas celebration in Mill Creek. So a lot of our students from Beauty for Ashes will be volunteering. Beauty for Ashes is heading it up in partnership with the Mill Creek Advisory Council. So we're doing that. And we just want to be a blessing to about 100 families in West Philadelphia, you know, and just help them celebrate the holidays.
Understood. Good stuff.
And then on the 30th, we have our field trip to the Academy of Music to see the Nutcracker, which is part of our art appreciation program. We have a great partnership with a lot of organizations in the city that have supported us over the years.
Amazing, great work you're doing. We thank you so much. I take it, again, this is Philly on the Rise. You've been in Philly all your life. Eagles fan. Got a newlywed. Everyone in your home are you Eagles fans?
We are Eagles fans.
Very good. Yes. Are you Sixers fans?
We are Sixers fans.
Very good. Are you Flyers fans?
We have never been to a hockey game and want to go to one.
Okay, let's make it something you can take your kids to. And then finally, we know that the Phillies stink, but are you Phillies fans at the moment?
We are Phillies fans, and we actually have a partnership with the Phillies where we go to a lot of games, and it's a really great thing when some of our kids who have never been to one finally get to go. It's really awesome.
Good stuff. Mrs. Tanya Powell-Amir doing some amazing things in Philadelphia. Please support her. You see where her organization is found. So reach out to her, give her some love. Also, obviously, if you want to involve your kids, you can do so in her organization. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, and we'll see you next time.
That real hip hop.
Y'all know how we do.
You're listening to Philly's own Matthias, aka Mr. Mr. 16 Bars, the